Welcome to Photography Talk, episode number 6. Well, the clocks go back an hour this weekend, and we just got back from dinner, and there are already a ton of Christmas decorations up all over the place. My wife wants to do ugly sweaters this year for holiday photos, so game on. Leave a comment below if you own a ugly Christmas sweater. And moving on to the news, Adobe might have exposed your data to hackers. As it turns out, Adobe has exposed the personal data of 7.5 million people that have subscribed to their Creative Cloud service. This issue was found last week when a researcher discovered that an Adobe database that stores email addresses and other account information was not password protected. Whoops. Fortunately, the database did not include passwords or financial information like credit card numbers. What's more, Adobe fixed the problem immediately, so kudos for the quick action. Now, if you're a Creative Cloud subscriber, keep an eye out for phishing emails, as hackers might have been able to obtain the email addresses from the vulnerable database. They could pose as Adobe employees and ask you to update your payment information. Jumping over to Nikon. Nikon just suspended the pre-orders for the new 58mm f/0.95 lens. Now, usually when a camera company cancels something, it's bad. But in this case, Nikon ended pre-orders of its upcoming 58mm .95 lens for its Z series cameras because of too much demand. Now, too much demand? Yeah, even though this thing is $8,000. Let me say that again, $8,000. So many people have pre-ordered one that Nikon can't keep up. Well, that's a good thing for Nikon. Jumping over to DJI unveils the Mavic Mini drone. The newest DJI drone is the tiny Mavic Mini, which is small enough to fit in your hand and weighs, guys, it weighs just a half a pound. Now, since it's so small, the Mavic Mini falls under the FAA's registration requirements, which might be attractive benefit for new and enthusiast drone pilots. Now, DJI says it is portable, easy, fly designed for safety, and perfect for anyone who wants to experience the fun of flying. But don't think that because it's so small that it doesn't pack a punch. Here's a few of the essential specs about this thing. You're talking about 12 megapixel sensor, 3-axis motorized gimbal, a 2.7K video at 30 frames per second or 1080 up to 60 frames per second. There's 30-minute flight time, sensors that face downward for precise hovering and more stable flying. Wi-Fi and GPS controllable up to 2.5 miles away. Not too bad. To accompany DJI Fly app has been updated to include tutorials for new drone pilots, making this an ideal first drone for your favorite family members this holiday. DJI has included multiple flying modes such as Cine Smooth, which extends the braking time so shoots are smoother and more cinematic looking. There are several quick shot modes too, like for example Rocket, which shoots the drone up into the air with the camera pointed down at the subject, and Circle, which is where the drone kind of circles around the subject at a level altitude and consistent distance. Sounds pretty cool, right? You can pre-order the Mavic Mini for a $399. Not too shabby there. Now let's jump over to Canon, and there's a big Canon sale happening right now. Last week I reported on Nikon's big fall sale, and well, it's Canon's turn now. There are reduced prices on individual cameras and bundles too. Some of the best deals are you can pick up a Canon EOS 5D Mark IV for $24.99, which is regularly $3,099. The Canon EOS R, which is $17.99, which is normally $19.99. The Canon EOS 6D Mark II for $11.99, which is normally $1,599. You can check out all the current Canon deals by heading over to our friends at Adorama. Next, we have a professional soccer player that's pissed about being subbed out, takes it out on a photographer's camera. A couple weeks ago, I talked about how the sports photographer covering an NFL game got wiped out by a player. That player checked to make sure that the photographer was okay, helped her up, and even messenger after the game to check in again. Well, this week we saw the opposite occur. Mario Balotelli, who is a Italian soccer player, got mad because he was taken out of the game. To express his frustration, he kicked a photographer's camera against an advertising board behind the photographer's position. The photographer, Massimo Laviti, said in an Instagram post that his camera and 15mm lens were on a tripod nearby and that he was remotely triggering it. When Mr. Balotelli was called back to the bench, he used the camera like a football and booted it up against the advertising boards, wrote the photographer. Now he continued, the ball boy who saw it happen immediately called me to explain. I found the camera and the battery grip were visibly damaged. Apparently the casing was smashed in, and the camera no longer worked. Now, Mr. Levante is awaiting a repair bill from Canon, which he intends to send to the soccer club for reimbursement. Next, we have Canon Imaging profits take a nosedive. Now, you might have heard Canon released their third quarter financial reports a few days ago, and it's not good. Imaging sales are down 14% and profits down a whopping 56.8% over last year. Yikes. Canon notes that their DSLR sales continue to decrease, but mirrorless sales remain strong with the EOS R lineup. To boost DSLR sales, Canon says that it will try to reverse the DSLR downturn with accelerated sales of higher-end products through lens lineup enhancements. So I guess all you full-frame Canon shooters can expect to see some fancy new lenses coming soon. Cool. Wait a minute, I don't have a Canon. Okay, well, all you Canon guys out there are probably in store for some really cool stuff coming around the corner. Additionally, Canon is committed to more sales and promotion, so keep an eye out for a new lower price on a Canon camera and lenses in case you need an upgrade. Now, celebrity is sued by paparazzi for posting a photo of herself without permission. Now, this has happened a few times in the last few years, but it seems to be occurring with more frequency as of late. This time, actress Emily Ratajkowski, man, I hope I'm saying that right, Ratajkowski? Yeah, okay, has been sued by a paparazzi photographer for $150,000 after she put one of his images of her on her own Instagram story page. The photographer, Robert O'Neill, claims that the actress posted the image without his permission, so he's seeking reimbursement of any profits that the actress made from using the photo. Now, Instagram stories disappear after 24 hours, so I'm wondering how much money that she could have made off of showing the photo in the first place. This is just the latest celebrity lawsuit with people like Justin Bieber, Jennifer Lopez, Gigi Hadid, and others drawing ire from photographers whose photos have been used without their permission. On one hand, people agree that photographers are right to sue when their images, which are copyrighted, are used without the permission. On the other hand, many people think that since paparazzi photos can be somewhat quite invasive, that celebrities should be able to have some sort of right to post the images themselves. Now, what do you think? Are photographers right to sue, or should celebrities be able to post their images as they wish? Let me know in the comments below. Well, there you go, guys, your photography talk for the week. If you found this video to be helpful, hit the like button down below. If you're currently not subscribed to the channel, hey, we'd love to have you around, so hit the subscribe button. While you're at it, smash the hell out of that bell to be notified as we come out with new videos. So with that said, my friend, have yourself an amazing weekend and get out there and take your best shot.